Johnny, how much do you love Luigi's Mansion 2 HD?
It's definitely not worth $60.
Welcome to episode.
And I wonder why Nintendo never wants to work with me. I've never gotten a deal with Nintendo. Probably because I'm saying their stuff isn't worth it.
Well, welcome to episode 478. Johnny's in charge, so watch out, everybody. It's gonna be a spicy one. I can already tell. Johnny, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. What's up? I'll stop playing the game I'm playing right now.
Cheesy, what's happening?
The Ewok just keeps calling me. That's what I got to deal with in this game.
What's going on, cheese curds? It's not a spicy one until he eats the chip.
Oh
yeah, when's that coming?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Pull up Amazon and tell us.
I'm not going to pull it up. No, I want it to be a surprise.
For yourself?
Yeah, for all of us.
I
for
think
everybody
the exact
involved.
words out of your mouth when I was waiting on mine were like, "Oh, you're just trying to get out of it." I had the confirmation just like you did.
Crawler, how are you?
Hey, Crawler, coming at you. How's it going?
Okay, I feel like I'm going to be a referee tonight. That's what's going to end up. That's what's going to end up happening.
I feel like Johnny ordered a chip on the back end and like asked somebody to make a chip that looks like the one chip, and it's not actually going to be that spicy.
3D printed chip.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not ready for
it. Would be easy to fake it, I think, because like I would just like eat a raspberry because they have the blue dye in it now. I would just eat raspberry or drink a raspberry icy, and then like I just won't open my mouth until I put the chip in there,
the Dorito in.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is a great plan. We're gonna. Anyway, this could go very strange very quick. So we're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So I want to say what's up to everybody in chat. I see Jenna and Nady Nay and Joey and Servant, Mac and Cheese, and a few others just lurking. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. We do appreciate it. We are going a day early, but an hour late because of just life and holidays. So if you're not in America, have fun working tomorrow. And
suck it, losers.
Whoa.
Britain. Get out of here, Britain.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Johnny is as spicy as his chip tonight, guys. I am so sorry. Before we get too far into this, if you are thinking about getting into the content game, you want to check out Elgato, you guys. n64josh.com/Elgato and check out all their gear, whether it's microphones, cameras, lighting, microphone arms, capture cards so that you can start getting gameplay like you're seeing on the screen right now. That was captured with the Elgato HD60X. And use coupon code at checkout ZZ-N64Josh. Again, you can head over to, you can go to elgato.com or you can go to n64josh.com/Elgato. Takes you to the same place, but just make sure to use the code ZZ-N64Josh. Before we get to the meat and potatoes, Johnny, where can people connect with you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the Communication Error Podcast.
And Cheesy.
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Communication Error Podcast, Cheesy C64, CheezyC 64.
And Crawler.
Best spots are TikTok and Twitter, Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E.
Before we really hit it, the last thing I want to say, if you guys are looking for in-ear monitors like I'm wearing right now, okay, I bought a $50 pair on Amazon, and then I spent $17 more to get foam inserts so that I could get them to stay in my ears, and they sound great. I love them. I spent $8 on TikTok Shop and got these ones, and This is the third episode that I've recorded with these. Played Luigi's Mansion 2, which you're seeing right now, and at one point a mouse grabs a key and runs around. I could hear every footstep of that mouse all the way around that little courtyard. Like, I can't believe how nice these things are for $8. So if you can go to my last TikTok that I made, or just go to my showcase on TikTok, but they sell out fast. Like, I was going to make a video about them.
I was able to get 2 last night. So.
Oh, were you? Okay. So like, yeah, I cannot believe the quality, and you could plug these things right into your Switch, and guaranteed these $8 headphones are better than my Astro A40s. Like, no question. Not that the A40s are bad, but like, you can just tell there's, I don't know how they're doing it with the drivers, the low end. It all surprises me. Oh, Servant says, can confirm the headphones are great. I recommend the purple. So there you go. There's another recommendation.
They only had green in stock last night when I.
Yeah, I think there's like 200 in stock as of the last time I checked earlier today. So hopefully they keep getting more, because they are fantastic if you're looking for some in-ear monitors. But anyway, Luigi's Mansion 2. Let's kick it off with this. Johnny, I saw some tweets from you that you weren't too thrilled. You started off the show by saying not worth the $60. Let's hear the thoughts.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I said this on the Communication Error podcast, and I'm going to reiterate it here because my thoughts have not changed. Luigi's Mansion is boring. It's a boring game. And there's
no. You said
there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Yeah, the series is pretty boring.
You're just wrong.
The reason why for Luigi's Mansion 2, it's definitely not wrong, is because you get thrown out of the levels. Like, it's split up into levels, which was a stupid decision. I guess they did it for mobility or whatever. But like, it's so annoying. This isn't really a spoiler. There's a level where you have to collect pieces of a pinwheel, and it's like, you get the pieces of the pinwheel, and then the EGAD's like, all right, we got to come back. Like, you can't just put the pinwheel together and go to the next section. You have to come back, do the whole next level. It's just EGAD doesn't shut up. He calls me every 3 seconds. Like, there's way too much dialogue in this game, and it's not good dialogue. It's not funny or clever or anything. It's just like, oh, you have to go to the foyer. It's like, I could have figured that out myself.
Oh yeah, I'm getting. That's enough for now. I'll bring you back to the bunker.
Yeah,
it's so annoying. Like, it's not enjoyable. The gameplay itself, like the puzzles are okay. The boss fights are cool. I like the boss fights. The puzzles aren't that clever. Like, it's definitely for younger audiences, I would say. Yeah, and they didn't really. Did was.
And now they're Japanesing the hell out of it. I gotta go and try to get a better rank than 2 stars now. I didn't realize everything was timed, and I'm gonna have to get judged on everything.
Yeah. There's a ranking system, which I don't know what happens if you get if you collect all the if you collect booze, you get new levels, but I don't know about the ranks. And like, when you play the level, you want to explore. So you're always going to take longer that first time. So you're not going to want to go back and try to get a higher rank.
Joey is asking, so not a good entry into the series for someone who's never played it?
No, play
3.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
But
play 3.
I am in agreement with Johnny. Like, it is annoying how much EGAD talks to you. I still think it's a fun game. Like, there are really good moments in this game, and it does look good. But I made a tweet that was like, Luigi's Mansion 2 really makes you appreciate how good Luigi's Mansion 3 is, and makes you excited for what they'll do with Luigi Mansion 4.
But it's like the same price. That's what I think I'm annoyed about. It's the same price as Luigi Mansion 3.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do much to update it. Like, it's just the visuals. Like, they didn't add any content. They didn't do anything like that. They don't even have a quality of life. Well, I guess the dual stick is the quality of life improvement.
Yes, Nate, I inverted my controls. It is my
Josh
capture.
is weird that way.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you played it on the new 3DS, you had the little nub.
No, it didn't work. It didn't work with that. Well, it didn't work with the Pro. I don't know if it worked with the nub.
Wait.
The
The Circle Pad Pro.
Yeah, it didn't work with the Circle Pad Pro, but I don't know about the nub.
Yeah, now that you say it, I don't know that I can. I don't know that I remember. I was like, it felt a little strange having the stick, you know. So, maybe you did. I think you held one of the triggers to maybe aim with the circle pad before.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that was the case. So, the thing is, like, I think I'm on the different side of the fence from you guys. Like I get what you're saying, like with EGAD and that kind of stuff, like, you know, and I think because I played this before 3, so like I was just like, this was my first entry into Luigi's Mansion period. I never played the first game. Hardly seen any gameplay for the first game. I know very little about the first game, honestly.
It looks very different.
And
some aspects, like the ghosts. The ghosts are very different.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And so I mean, this was a cabin game for me. It was a game I always played on the deck at the cabin typically. And you know, I would leave it for like maybe even a year at a time and then pick it back up and play it for like another week or two, and got relatively far into this game. Like I did a number of mansions. And if I remember correctly, once you get through like the first mansion, the tutorial, like the first mansion almost feels like a tutorial. Mm-hmm. And then it does seem like it gets cut, like the amount of talking with EGAD does seem to get cut down, because I do recall certain mansions where it was like, yo, this is taking a lot longer than the first one, where it was like, oh, this is a short little, like just a short little bit. And then, you know, you go back in for another short little bit. Like they start to be like longer runs, if you will. And at least that's what I kind of remember. And so, the price point, it's the, you know, Nintendo can flex those brand muscles right now. Would this game leave a better taste in your mouth if it was $40?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I do want to say, like, I am having fun with it.
Wait. If you're having fun with it, how can it be a boring series?
I mean, it is pretty boring at times.
You need to go back and play Luigi's Mansion 3. That game is not boring.
Did you beat it, Johnny?
It's just slow.
Answer Crawler's question.
I'm close to the end. I think I did the water level. I'm like, oh man, that sucked. So I'm gonna put this down. But no, I am enjoying what I'm playing, but I just want to be able to, you know, I see something and I'm like, oh, I want to do that now. And then the level just ends. And I'm like, oh, that's annoying. I'm not going to remember where that's at.
Yeah, it kind of feels the same way that Pokemon Legends Arceus was, like the tutorial, where it was like, okay, you've caught 10 Pokemon, now let's go back home. And it's like, well, no, I still want to be out here. And there were like certain missions, same way that Luigi's Mansion 2 is, where you do want to explore more. And Josh, you're right. Like the dialogue does cut down a bit from when you like get further into the game, but it's even stuff like what Johnny was saying is like with the pinwheel, the ghost takes the pinwheel or whatever it was, you know, that makes the gate to open up, and EGAD has to tell you like, oh, those pesky ghosts, they ran off with the pinwheel. It's like, I know, I just saw it happen. Like you don't have to tell me.
And they show you where they go. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. It's supposed to. It's like it's an easy game. It's an easy game. Like it's not.
Say it, Johnny. Say it.
It is a baby game.
Okay, there. I was waiting.
Well, and also designed for a portable system, right? Like Cryptic's saying here. Like, to be fair, Luigi's Mansion 2 was designed for a portable system with segmented levels, and Luigi's Mansion 3 had the Switch console behind it. It's still a great game, and that's. I mean, that's valid.
what's interesting, I don't know if you guys watched any of the reviews or looked at the reviews. So Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS has like a 90 something on Metacritic, or it's around 90. Now, Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch, which is visually better and is the same game, is getting significantly lower review scores.
We live in a different world than we did in 2013.
But like, how do you give a game a 9 or a 9.5 and then the same exact game a lower score?
Johnny, I think it's the same as like these NES titles that just dropped. People are, Josh put in our Discord like really great titles that are coming out, and then you see them and like,
I don't know. There's a game in there that is a 100. That's a 10 out of 10.
You're talking about Donkey Kong Jr. Math?
Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. Math.
Cheesy,
well,
that was
like
that was Troll Josh coming out there, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Or was he genuinely excited?
No. Those were those of
you got me.
three of those 4 games I either owned or played on the regular.
And I took it as you being serious because I know that
I got excited. I'm like, maybe we have some GBA games or some N64 or anything, and then it's like 7 NES games.
But going
and
back to
one's a calculator.
What you were saying, Johnny, is like we just view games differently than we did back then. And so like Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS might have been a great game, but because of like how much the stop and go happens, it does take you away from the gameplay. So I can understand why people would not be rating it as high, but it still is a fun game. And kind of what Joey Pitts said, is it a point and click like game? That's exactly what it is.
This?
Yeah,
No,
I think so. You guys don't think so?
No.
You enter a room and you interact with the things that are in the room. How's that not a point and click?
I mean, that would mean like every game's a point and click then.
I mean, you're doing stuff to manipulate. Point and clicks are more like this
narrative focus.
Well, narrative focus, but also kind of just very.
And Call of Duty's a point and click too.
Halo, you're just clicking on heads.
That's every game if you're on PC.
True. All right.
I wish this should have been a bundle with 1. I'm assuming they're gonna bring 1 eventually.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe they're doing a remake, because it's really odd for them to just have 2 and 3.
Well, it's also odd. It's also odd that they didn't do 2 and 3 Metroid yet either.
Well, that one, at least, I don't know. I think it's odder to have the later games in the series as opposed to just like the first game in the series.
So is that bone, first off, that bone was in a different spot than it was in my game. Is that a random area? Does it put the bone in a random spot?
I think there's multiple bones.
I opened that though, and after I'd gotten the bone already.
Oh, well.
I'd gotten it in a vase outside.
Oh, interesting.
For the audio listeners, we're talking about a golden bone that's in Luigi's Mansion.
Do you get to give that to the Polter Pup or no? Or you just collect those things?
I think you just collect them. If you do give it to him, I don't.
Says that's something valuable that you might be able to use later.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet, and I still have like 2 more mansions to go.
Do you interact with
I wish.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a part where you do. I wish like it is a collectathon too.
Well,
like
there is
gems.
something he says to go down into the vault and check progress on stuff. So maybe you do something down there with it.
Jenna says it's if you die, the dog revives you. So the more golden bones you have are like 1-ups.
You could die in this game?
Here we go. Here we go.
I was gonna say it, but Johnny beat me. You do have a health bar, but it's hard.
Oh, so I was playing it earlier. I still think the controls are a little wonky because I was using the A button for the flashlight and then the Y button for the black light essentially. But they're mapped to the
triggers.
The triggers. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That
Oh,
makes it much
really?
easier, much better.
Yeah, that's how I was using the triggers the whole time. And
Yeah,
I
the
didn't even
flashlight's on the right
I didn't
trigger,
even
and then
look at a tutorial or anything. Can you
The
believe
trigger.
it?
What?
the
The bumpers?
R1
The bumpers.
R1. Yeah, the bumpers.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was like, the triggers are the vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah, the flashlight's the one, like I don't
Well,
know,
that's
left or
interesting.
right.
No,
So
I'll try that now.
I mean, I think
I think just
I am having fun with it. I am enjoying it. I just wish it didn't take me out of the level. Like I wish it wasn't levels. Yeah,
mission based.
yeah, mission based. Yeah, I wish it wasn't mission based. I wish it wasn't $60. Like
You
this
don't
would've been
pay full,
perfect
you
for
don't you don't
40.
pay full price for video games.
That's
anyway.
true. I paid 50 for it. I didn't pay full price.
So I got the physical. Okay. I have a TikTok coming out about this. This to me is the best case Nintendo has made on the Switch. Okay. Because the front is, I mean, it's cool. It looks similar to the DS box. The back, it's fine. When I opened it up and I was like, oh, there's cool artwork on the inside. You can see Luigi. But when the game is in here, it's hiding Polterpup. There's essentially, I literally opened it and like almost had like a mini jump scare of like, yo, the pup's right there. Like not like it didn't like legitimately scare, but I was a little bit shocked to see. I was like, yo, they hid the ghost behind the cart. Like that's actually genius.
This would be better though if
So-
you turned off the lights and the footprints glowed or something.
They
like that.
glow, yo, for sure. But I don't know. I thought that was, I thought it was pretty genius, honestly. The way that they hid the Polterpup behind the
Honestly, I look forward to first party Nintendo games to see what they do on the inside art. I was a little disappointed by Thousand Year Door. It was just like the map in like yucky brown scale. Like it did not look good. It was like the undiscovered map that you have in Thousand Year Door, and they could have done better. I feel like they could have just printed, like you can go print a GameCube version of the for the Switch cart or like the Switch case. What they should have done is just printed that on the backside. I think in Europe, it was a sleeve, like it was a cover sleeve on the game that had the Game Boy artwork like on the outside. But we're always getting screwed in America.
I mean, there's the Steelbook that looks like the Game Boy for Link's Awakening.
Hey, we got a gold cart coming out here in a couple weeks.
I think just before we move on, like I really love the Luigi's Mansion series. I think it's just such a unique idea. The fact that Luigi even gets his own game is really cool. I mean, it sells a ton. The fact that they referenced it in the Mario movie, there's rumors of a dark ride happening in Universal for their Nintendo Land World. What is it? Nintendo
Super
World.
Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Does it sell a ton though? What are the numbers on?
Well,
it's
3
more
sold
than
like 13 million.
The series?
3 did.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
that was the highest selling. It's outsold Luigi's Mansion 2 by like 5 times or something.
But wasn't it before like they were saying that Luigi's Mansion series, the 3 games, has sold more than the Zelda series, not including Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom?
I mean, if you don't include like any games, then yeah, it would outsell them.
Those are the only games.
It beats Spirit Tracks.
It beat 1-2 Switch. That's all that matters. So we're getting a sequel.
Well, how does this game
understand.
save? Does it just save randomly?
It auto saves.
Okay.
I think whenever you go into a different room.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay. So, Johnny, never played Luigi's Mansion before. Do you buy this one or 3?
3.
You've played 3 before. Do you recommend going back and playing this one? Would you recommend it?
If you really like the series, I would say yeah. But it's the $60 price tag so tough.
And I wonder too if we would be complaining about the $60 price tag if Metroid Prime, the remaster, was $60.
Yes.
Or would we still
still
be
would.
having a problem with it?
Well, it's more than I don't like when it's more than the original cost.
Yeah.
So this game came out, it was $40. All they did is well, I'm sure it's not as easy as I'm making it sound, but all they did was HD textures. They didn't add any new content. It's not like so I was thinking about this. So when the Wii U games were being released on the Switch, they were the deluxe versions, right? And all the deluxe versions have new content. Like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze had funky mode. 3D World had a, Bowser's Fury, which was like essentially a full game. Then Mario Kart Deluxe, they added new modes and new characters, and they were all $60, which like they added content. And like even Mario Kart, they updated the graphics from like to 1080 instead of 720. So for like ports like this to just be HD upreses with no new content, like it feels like kind of a slap in the face.
Fair. Cheesy. You recommend this one or 3 if they jump in?
Oh, it's tough because somebody had a comment that I kind of agree with that was it was cryptic. Or no, it wasn't cryptic. I don't know where it is. But anyway, it's if you start with 3 and you go back and play 2, you might be disappointed. So if you start with 2 and then go into 3,
was it that comment? Luigi was a sweet addition going back to 2.
No, but Luigi is great in 3. Like it adds a whole new aspect to what the Luigi Mansion series is, and it's really fun for couch co-op. And that was something that was kind of disappointing. Hannah and I played through 3, through the whole game. She played as Luigi, and we both just had a really fun time. And then kind of what Johnny is saying, like they didn't add any new content. So it would have been nice if maybe Luigi got added, though it's different because I don't know what you would do with his puzzles because they just didn't have those ideas in mind when they made this game.
Well, you just have co-op, just like you can play the whole game in co-op. That would be a cool addition.
Yeah, but then there's really no purpose for Luigi because of the way that he was used in certain puzzles in the third game. But something like that, like they probably should have added a little more content. And again, what Johnny was saying is like it's probably a lot harder to update something in HD. Like we don't know what it takes to do all of that. So this might actually be an amazing
save as,
I don't know.
It's
Is it
dot 3DS and now it's dot Switch?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably would start with the third one, and then if you like it, go back and play the second one.
Even though it's better, you'd say play the better one first and then try to.
I think so. You're just gonna have a good experience with Luigi's Mansion 3, and I don't think this is gonna sour you on the series. It will just like expand your knowledge of the series. Like
if you're just wanting more Luigi's Mansion, that let's be honest, 2 is the worst out of the 3, but it's not like a terrible game. There's definitely things that could be fixed with it, but it still is an enjoyable ghost busting time.
Yeah, buy vouchers, like Servant said. Get vouchers, and they're $20 off.
Buy them both with the voucher. Nate says, I think playing 3, I have no want to go back to play 2. And I mean, yeah, and that's going to be like, I'm on the side of this where I really enjoyed this game on my 3DS and was excited to go back to it and jump back in again. Like, that's honestly, I was like, yo, this was a game that like I had never experienced the series before, like I said, and it felt like it pulled me in enough that like this was something like I didn't complete it, but I got very far into it and and I don't know, I liked it. And then 3 I just think is like almost like a masterpiece when it comes to this series, just the way the way Luigi interacts with the world and everything. But I still I don't remember him like being lifeless in the 3DS version of this game, but I feel like he's definitely got some life to him. And like, you know, but I did see a funny tweet. I think we talked about it early on. It's like everybody said all you got to do is complete all puzzles by looking up, and you'll notice he's looking up most of the time, right? So I did find that kind of funny. But you know, if it's the kind of game you're wanting in the moment, it can. And you've completed 3 and you've never jumped into this one or the first one, I say go for it, honestly. Crawler, how about you?
The little bit I've played of 2, and the discourse, well, not the discourse around it, but just the overall sentiment. I think that out of the 3, like this is, I think, viewed as the inferior of the 3. So I would say start with 3 and just appreciate it for what it is. And if you really like the series, then go kind of see what was different about it. But if you want bang for your buck, I would say 3.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Do you know 3 came out 5 years ago?
3 is not.
No way.
Yeah, it came out in 2019.
Pre-COVID?
Yeah.
Wow.
5 years ago. This
Where's
stuff
the
sneaks
time
up
gone?
on you. It sneaks up on you. Like, you know, Smash, I think, is what, 6 years old already?
Yeah.
That's why I hate the stupid 1 game per console. Hate it. Hate it.
Johnny, it's got to get a win for the fact that you get multiple save files.
Yes. No, I agree.
Yeah, they need to do that.
When I loaded this up, that's literally what I said. I'm like, oh my God, there's more than 1 save file. Does Luigi's Mansion 3 have more than 1?
No, I don't think so.
Well, now I gotta load it. Now I gotta load it up.
It's 5 years old. None of us would know.
I'll try to for next week. Well, I'll try to beat this. I'll try to actually beat this game because I don't think it's that long. It's like 12 hours. If you don't collect everything, that also annoyed me. Like there's boos, which are the collectible thing, like part of the collectibles, and you can't get the first 2 or 3 boos without going back in and doing the mission.
Repeat content.
Yeah, and
I don't know, like there's gems that you collect, and I don't know which chapter I could collect them in. Like there's just one line of all the gems in the mansion.
So if EGAD told you that, would you be happy he called?
If he gave me a hint, maybe. I don't know. He's annoying. I don't know. He's annoying.
He's a number you're definitely not answering when it shows up on your phone. Like, is that what's happening?
And how is
here?
he making calls with the DS? That's what I want to know.
He's living in a future we didn't know about.
Hey, I ordered food at Safeco Field from a DS back in the day. So
nice.
Yeah, I still have the Mariners app on my I transferred over to my 3DS. So you know.
I think Luigi's Mansion is gonna be it's gonna be around for a long time. Like this is gonna be one of their main series with the movie and with the potential movie, and even like the second Mario movie. Can you imagine if they had Luigi's Mansion 4 ready for like the movie?
That'd be cool.
I kind of wonder if the next movie doesn't give us a little more of like a Empire Strikes Back ending with Mario getting taken, like maybe even
Bowser's Mario's father. Oh my God.
And we see the start of like you know, maybe King Boo takes Mario, something along those lines, and that's like we had the Yoshi egg last time, and then we're gonna go into a little more spooky Super Mario Brothers 3 movie. Like,
Your Cryptic asked a question that I also want to know. Question for Crawler, because I'm not sure his history with Luigi Mansion. Did he become a fan of King Boo after Luigi's Mansion 1?
I have only played a little bit of Luigi's Mansion 1 on my 3DS. I don't know how the King Boo thing happened. I think it was just because that was a unique character. Because I don't think he was available on any other Mario Kart, right? Josh?
Double Dash.
Was he? I don't know if he would have been on Double Dash.
It was Double Dash because it was King Boo and Petey Piranha.
oh boy.
Yeah,
Now
I
gotta-
mean GameCube was a blind spot for me for a while. So, yeah, I don't know how that kind of developed, but that's, I mean,
Guys,
it is mainly just Mario Kart. So
we got to be better. We got to beat games. Crawler said he played Luigi's Mansion 1 a little bit. I haven't beat a game, like, I don't know when the last time I beat a game.
I'm telling you, I'm doing the homework.
Yeah,
I beat Paper Mario
beat
Thousand
it.
Year Door.
I did two mansions. I did 1 3/4 of a mansion.
I started getting back into the reason I hadn't played a lot of Luigi's Mansion this week was because I got back into Paper Mario. So I beat that whole sequence of the Glitz Island or whatever that was.
I will beat Luigi's Mansion 2 by next week. By next
Me too.
episode.
I will do that as well.
I have the rest I still have time off. Like I have tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So that'll give me enough time.
I'll have it 100%ed. Don't worry.
I'm going up to I'm going up to Vail for my anniversary, but I'll find a way to do it.
Oh, I actually am going to something interesting on Saturday.
Oh, you wanted to do something interesting last weekend. Do you want? We're kind of. I think we're done kind of with.
Oh yeah, I did.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I went to too many games on Saturday, and
were there too many games?
There were too many people. There were a ton of people there. Yeah, so I went around the show floor or the vendor place. I bought custom Joy-Con from Captain Alex.
Nice.
He
Pokemon,
came up
right?
from the gold and silver ones.
I looked on the website. Stuff was not cheap. Do you mind saying how much they were?
Supporting a small business.
Were they like 120?
It was 160.
Ooh.
Yeah. But they are cool. They are cool. And then Kelsey got, I wish I could show it. It's a little terrarium. Like it's a Pokeball, but it's a terrarium. And there's a little Mewtwo in it, and there's all these plants. It was adorable. Like this stand, I forget what it's called. It's like honeydew or honey something. And they had all these custom terrariums, and I almost got one too, but I decided to do the Joy-Con. And it was just like a super cozy stand. Like even the whole stand was just cozy. They had Pokemon. They had some. They had a Wind Waker one with like a DS. Like they had a couple that were like in old handheld. Oh yeah, there you go. You found it. Here's a picture of my living room as well. If you want to see that. Honey Dubin. Yeah, Honey Dubin. But yeah, she got the Mewtwo one, which I didn't realize. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but Mew is a cat.
Yeah.
I did not realize that until
it goes Mew.
I didn't know it was a cat.
It's Mew instead of meow, and it's a cat. But yeah, so we did that, and then we played. Oh, there we go. There's the Joy-Con that I bought from Captain Alex.
Gold and Silver Love.
Gold and Silver. Right, he had some Pro controllers. He had a bunch of stuff there. But I picked those up. They had a whole gaming, like a whole area with like arcade games and PlayStation games and stuff like that. That we played Duck Hunt. They had like Duck Hunt on the CRT. And what I did, so there's
Brawler, what's up, dude? Whoa.
what the
The B-roll does have audio.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Where'd all of us go?
I met Wood beat 'em ups and Wolf. Then they did a meet and greet, like a signing, and they had like an hour. They were supposed to go from 3 to 4, but then they didn't get through the whole line. So they're like, all right, well, we're not gonna not meet with the people that are still in line. So we're gonna go outside and we're going to meet with everybody that's still in line. So that was really cool of them. They met with everybody even after their allotted time. So that was cool. But it did make me miss. I wanted to meet up with the Spawncast. They had a signing like right after it. Yeah, I gave beat 'em ups and Wolf my autograph. And they said they hold it near and dear.
Did beat 'em ups know that? I mean, did he recognize you from that reaction video that he?
So I told him I'm like, yeah. Well, I wasn't. I tried to not be super awkward about it. I don't think I was. I was like, I'm John. I go by John Ebo online, and he's like, oh, I was wearing one of my hats, and he's like, oh yeah, I could tell from your hat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I think you reacted to one of my TikToks like a while ago. And he's like, oh yeah, I think I do remember that. He didn't remember it, but it was nice of him to say that he remembered it.
His editor remembered it, but he didn't.
Yeah, so he's like, what did I say? I'm like, dude, I honestly don't remember. But yeah, and then
like overall, are you wanting to go back to another con?
Yeah, honestly, next year I might try to apply to be a guest.
Oh, nice.
I might not have the numbers they want, but it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd do that again. It would be better. I mean, I love go with my partner, but she's not as into video games as I am. So she's like, I have no idea who these guys are. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And she's like, I don't know really anything that's going on here. So it'd be cool to like go with people that would.
I'll be there next year.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I just always forget it's like I don't get any emails about them. Like I need to get on their list or whatever. Like,
yeah, I think it's the same around the same time, like late June.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, that would be cool. I think like I know some people like Jeff Trevania, I think said he'll probably go next year. I know a lot of creators go. I'm just super awkward, and I'm not like Josh is and just talks to everybody. But yeah, it'd be cool to go with people.
And we're heading to PAX this year. I got my approval on
yeah, I need to apply for that, but yeah,
on media for PAX West. So I will be there. So if there's anybody that listens that's planning on being at PAX West, let's make sure to connect. We did we'll try to do more of a meetup this year as well.
Yeah, I think so. I knew some people that were at Too Many Games, but I didn't really. I should have like messaged them or like met them somewhere. It's just kind of overwhelming. There's so many people. You just don't know where anybody's at. You don't know what they're doing at that time. So I don't know.
You just pester everybody. That's what that's me. Just like
I knew Captain Alex was going to be there. I knew he had a stand or he had a stall. So nice. I definitely went there.
I think it's one of those things, Johnny, where it's like, this is the only time that you're probably going to meet up with these people until like possibly the next time. So you try to make it happen, or you set up like a group chat the week before, or, go get lunch somewhere. And yeah, I myself have never been to a con, but I can imagine how fun it is just to like meet up with people. The only thing that I've ever kind of done was outside of like 2018's E3. Like I didn't go to E3, but I met people after who went to E3, and we all just kind of like took some pictures, and then we went to dinner. And so like that was really nice. But I think it's really cool that you went, man. Like I know it's a fear of yours is just kind of.
I just don't like being around people.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. but it's like the first step into
And I
doing
probably
more things
caught
like
something there.
Yo,
that. Whoa,
if-
wait. You had your partner there, right?
Yeah.
I came home from TwitchCon with COVID, so I mean,
I don't know if I don't feel terrible. I don't know.
If I end up at a convention with Johnny, guaranteed he's going on my shoulders.
So, all right, Cryptic says he didn't know I was so short, and that photo was photoshopped, and I'm actually taller
course.
than Beat 'em Ups and Wolf Den. Actually, those guys are pretty tall. They're probably 6'9" or 10. So me being 6'5", it just kind of looks like. No, actually, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm not tall. I'm 5'8" or 5. No, I'm probably 5'7". Like, I can't do anything about it. It's genetics. Like, there's no. I don't know. I can't do anything about it. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't remember if you are taller than me or if I'm taller than you.
But yeah, well, I was waiting in line. I'm like, oh man, these guys are tall. They're gonna make me look. They're gonna dwarf me. But no, I definitely want to. I have some things coming up that I think will help me get out of like my shell. For cons and stuff. So
You just got to do one con with me and ask Crawler. It will.
Well, I've gone to Target with you, and I've seen like, you interact with people at Target. So like
a couple Target trips that were just like that.
That was a wild time, man.
I don't even remember. That's
you're
crazy.
talking to some. Yeah, I don't know. You're talking to some mom. Like
oh, great.
Something like I don't remember what it was.
Her kids were screaming or doing something, and you talked to her about that, and then
No.
and then you asked the guy that was buying beer or something like that if he was going to have a good weekend or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like I'm going to Target, man. I just get my
Josh wants to be friends with the cashier, and it's like he's that.
I hate self checkout.
When you've had an 8-9 hour day, and you're like, just go away, just shut up.
No, I know how to break the ice. It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, when we all met up, like that was cool to me. Like that would be cool to go to like a con like that, or like we meet up and then we go to the con.
Just tell work you can't do anything in September, and
yeah,
you're
I mean, I probably
right?
could.
Just tell them. Like,
yeah,
hey.
I'm part of the man. I could probably go.
It's a long weekend. You'll be back to work. You got until October.
I'm supposed to work that
October 16th, right? Like
yeah,
you got until. That's a whole month and a half away from when PAX West is.
Joey Pitt's comment is really funny.
Yeah, well, online, I'm a different person.
Yeah, it says Josh very
Don't meet your heroes.
extrovert, John Ebo very introvert. Would have never guessed.
I'm pretty introverted as well.
You thought Josh would be an introvert? No way.
No. He said Josh very extrovert is what he said.
I know, but he means like he didn't think that Josh was the extrovert in this. We were actually talking about this before the show, and I'm probably the most introverted one of the group.
Yeah,
just not online.
I can't believe I talked to a mom. That's crazy.
Yeah, I forget what was happening.
It was all at the front of Target, like
just
as we were waiting for, because that was right when the 10 cents per bag stuff was going into effect.
What were we even doing there?
We were
snacks.
buying foods. Food and snacks for the house.
We had to get you Pepsi, or no, we got Coke,
No,
and then we
Coke.
got back to the place, and you're like, "Oh, I only drink Pepsi."
I don't only drink Pepsi.
You're one of those.
Actually,
yeah, you
I'm
are
trying
one of
not
those people.
to drink as much soda. I'm drinking iced tea right now, aka Scotch. No, it's iced tea. But yeah, no, I think what my issue was this year is I didn't decide to go until like a week or two before the thing, so I couldn't really plan anything.
That makes sense. Yeah. It would be. We should try to do more next year. And we have a potential con at the very end of the year, right? At PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, we're gonna do the podcast in the delivery room.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I still got to talk to the boss about that one.
Okay, well, as long as you guys can FaceTime, I mean, it's almost like being there.
We'll play Nintendo World Championships to see who gets to name the baby.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. There's gonna be a tie, and it's gonna end up being N64 Crawler.
At least the middle name. Come on, you got to give us a middle name, right?
Oh God!
Nobody cares about the middle name.
If the middle name is Johnny Bo, I might just push it back in.
Whoa! Keep the receipt.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. It was fun. It was better than the last time I went. It was like during COVID, so it wasn't the best.
So we got a list of we kind of got to, we started a little bit late and ended up getting like two pieces of news from Nintendo, essentially. Like, well, one piece, the update to F-Zero 99, which I'm looking at the full patch notes here. It's kind of extensive. There's quite a bit added. It looks like the Festival Queen League, all tracks included in Queen League, Mute City 2, Port Town 1, Red Canyon 1, Whiteland and Whiteland 2 will appear as festival tracks during these events. Gem sparks can be collected on festival tracks. And looks like there's going to be some fireworks heading over to F-Zero 99. Like, Cheesy, I know you probably played this more than any of us. Is this little update gonna get you back in?
Maybe. I mean, like, I don't know. It's been a long time since I played it, and yeah, I did put in a lot of hours into it. But from what I've heard, is like it's just a lot of bots now, and not a lot of people are playing.
Well, I feel like Maximus Cups bring people back to Tetris 99, even though I think more people just play that on the regular. But like events like this, hopefully will boost the player count.
Yeah,
a little bit, at least for a short little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it would be fun to go back into it and see if I even remember how to play, because it took me a while to get first place. You know, it's not an easy game.
Right. Yeah,
But
I was
it's
watching
fun.
somebody play it not too long ago, and I was like, "There's only 15 people in here, and there's the other."
Yeah, it takes like 5 minutes to load, and then all of a sudden 80 people roll in, and you're like, "All right, those are the bots."
Yeah.
So
Is it surprising to you guys that we didn't get a 99 game in the direct?
how often do we get one?
I think Star Fox. Like, they got to do something with Star Fox.
Star Fox Grand Prix 99?
Yeah, I mean, that would be well, but then that's kind of just F-Zero 99, right?
True. I mean, they're set in the same universe, so put James, Fox, and James and Slippy, and put them in the same unit. Put them in F-Zero 99.
Yeah, I still think that
Arwing.
a free-to-play Star Fox game where you're just, going at each other, kind of, what is it called when planes are like fighting each other? It's like
Dogfighting?
Dogfighting, yeah.
Or fox fighting?
Yeah. Animal abuse, because there's birds and there's wolves and there's
Wow.
No. Bad joke.
Pigs and
Yeah. But I still think that it would be fun to like just have like a 99 kind of Fortnite style, but it's all Star Fox. Like, that's a good way to revive that series.
Oh, if you took the 64 Star Fox and made it a battle royale,
Yeah.
round, you had tanks, you have your hologram characters with the like rockets or whatever, and then the ships as well. I'm here for it. Like, let's do it. It'd be great. And also, Cryptic says, "Are you surprised on how popular the content is for F-Zero compared to like Pac-Man 99 or Mario 35, etc.? Probably as much as Tetris." Like, I'm just still surprised that we don't have Mario 35. Like,
well, Pac-Man 99 got shut down too, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
And like with Tetris 99 being as successful as it was, like they shut down the mobile version of Dr. Mario, but like make a Dr. Mario 99.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah. It's just that is still one of the strangest choices to me. Like, I can understand, like, okay, we're not going to have we're the 3D All Stars still kind of weird, but like why literally make a game that makes your subscription service more enticing, and then just eliminate it. Like it's so strange.
I don't understand why they did that. Like the whole Mario 35th anniversary was such a weird time, and now next year is going to be the 40th, right?
Yeah.
Like they made these things limited. Same with like 3D All Stars and Mario 35.
2019 is not 5 years away. How is that 5 years away? Like, how? Okay.
Oh, Crawler's getting older, guys.
Time's a flat circle, man.
Yeah.
It just the days are long, but the years are short.
If you're not sure how the numbers work, Crawler, there's a new math game out right now.
Yeah, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these games that are on the NES library. We got seven new games
Randomly.
just random, and three of them
we didn't have to wait for them either.
That's right. Yeah, three of them are black box titles, which these are near, like I said, they were gems. I don't know that the games themselves are like totally amazing, but
golf is very bad.
There's one game that's totally amazing.
So, okay, I'm just gonna kick this off. I love golf. I love it. My dad and I played so much of this golf. Like I can literally hear the ball go. Boo.
If you want to hear that sound, you can also play baseball.
Right.
Yeah, baseball does that too.
But when you would hit the plink, when you'd hit like a hole in one or like a chip in, like that was as a child, that was a very satisfying sound playing golf with my dad. So honestly, I'm going to see him tomorrow. I will probably fire this up with him just because I can.
Was golf on? Were all the black boxes on
the
NES
Mini?
Classic?
I believe golf was for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And there's also, there was an Easter egg hidden in golf, I think, on the NES Classic that had to do with Iwata. I believe I'd have to dig it out exactly, or maybe it was on the Wii U. I don't know. I'll look it up real quick as we're chatting about this. But the other one is I've often wondered, like, why hasn't Mock Rider ever come back? And you guys have heard me talk about my best friend Eric growing up as a kid, and he passed away when we were 19. And Mock Rider was one of the games that like he owned and I didn't, and would just play all the time. And it's like the game is fast. I mean, I don't know what FPS the game is running at, but it's fast. And I remember it being fast as a kid, and I was like, this. It was fun. I enjoyed it. You're on a motorcycle that has guns, and you go fast. Like I don't know, like what else do you want me to say here? It felt a lot like Pole Position back in the day, which was great. You know, I think I probably would have loved Urban Champion as a kid. Like if I had the chance to play it. Like I wasn't allowed to play fighting games, but I could play Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I don't know, but my parents can explain it to you.
It's a puzzle game.
Right.
Johnny and Cheesy hashed this out on Communication Error this week.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, Punch Out's a puzzle game for sure.
And then the last one.
No golf on the Mini.
Oh, really? Interesting. So it must have been on the Wii U that there's like an Easter egg if you play it like on his birthday or something like that. I'll look it up. I'll find it. The last one is Cobra Triangle. The other kid in the neighborhood that I would often game with had Cobra Triangle, and it's you know, I don't know how well some of these games age, right? But like Cobra Triangle was one of those games that like on the playground everybody enjoyed and talked about. And there's like, I'm pretty sure there's a fun, like some of the modes you're like rescuing swimmers from like the and they're like, they just look so, you know, it's just so 8-bit Nintendo, but like
everything's on that just angled up Paperboy style kind of. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and again, I think it's a boat that like shoots. It's been so long since I played that. I played that
You're
game.
dragging a mine behind you or whatever.
Sometimes, yeah, and that's how I think you drag the people behind you too. Like if I remember correctly. So it, I don't know, definitely worth checking out. And we've talked about it. Just the the holidays and all this kind of stuff. We want to we still want to do our top 15. I'm going to get an article on n64josh.com before we record next week. That we will go, and I'm glad they added some more games because
because I just changed mine.
Yeah, your number one
Johnny's
became
a big Donkey Kong Jr. math.
I figured. Yeah, makes sense. It really does make sense. So, but yeah, I mean, did any of these games excite you at all, Johnny, when you saw them?
No, but I did play Donkey Kong Jr. Math before starting the show, and what a weird game. You just do math.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like Nintendo is like, how can we get into the market where parents think video games are bad? Oh, we'll make them educational and help them learn.
Well, it's also like there's Mario teaches typing.
Right.
There's games like that, but it's just it's so the way it works is it gives you a number, and then you have to like do math to get to that number. I mean, we need an update. We need an updated version. We need a new version.
I think
HD
so.
version.
Yeah,
HD
like Mario.
version. This is the HD remaster I want. I'll pay $70 for it.
Oh, you won't even go voucher on it. You'll go full price.
Yeah, no, I'll have full price. Buy it physical, actually.
Here we go. That's crazy. That's crazy. Cheesy, I know these games are a little before your time. Anything excite you at all?
I'm gonna say no, and I feel bad about that. It is, and it's funny too, because like when we were watching the video, my wife and I just told her, I was like, it's amazing how far gaming has come because these games look rough. And like watching the games in order of how they're released, like there's one that's like Urban Champions where you're just fighting on a street and I don't know, not getting arrested by the police. I couldn't tell really what that game was. But then you have Mach Rider and it's fast and there's a lot of noises and pew 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 pew, and then it goes to golf and everything just slows down and it's like so comedic as to like how slow the golfer moves up to the ball and then it's like pew pew, and then they do it again to like really sell it, and it's just I don't know, like I will try it. I'm not trying to attack anyone, Nate, but no, I don't know. I'll try them out for our countdown or our list of our top NES games. But it's just hard, man. It's hard to go back to those games, and like even this World Champions, whatever it is, the NES World Champions. I hope I enjoy it, but I think it's going to be kind of rough.
I'm looking up the tribute to Iwata here.
It was an Easter egg on the Nintendo Switch itself, like in the code or like in golf was in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Apparently it's been removed.
And it's gone now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Also, update on if Luigi's Mansion 3 has multiple save slots. It does.
Ooh, that's nice. Maybe I'll go back and play it.
I'm just scrolling through the comments on Nintendo's Twitter post or whatever with these games, and there's some interesting omissions of what we have not gotten first party. They already have made Duck Hunt work on Wii.
And Wii U.
Where is that on Switch? We got Joy-Con. Like we can do the Zapper games on Switch.
That's true.
Wild Guns.
I wonder if they're ever going to update the Sega Genesis collection.
Or not Wild Guns. What is it? Gunman. Wild Gunman. Isn't that the game that Marty McFly plays in? Was that Wild Gunman?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, and there's also Hogan's Alley is the other one too. So I think Wild Gunman is the other one. Yeah, yeah, and Hogan's Alley is one. I'm honestly kind of blown away. I'm looking at this golf thing. If you basically did the motions the way Iwata would do his hands during the direct, like when he would like present things, that's how you would unlock golf. Like you can find videos of it, and that's
It was just in the OS.
Yes, yeah.
And it was
just
was it only playable on July 11th or what?
It was whatever one of the like it was in some updates and then it went away. So it looks like the code for a flog is what they called it, I guess, is gone. So Nintendo Switch's hidden copy of Golf, a Nintendo Entertainment System game from 1984, appears to be gone from the console after its latest firmware update. Members of the Switch data mining community found that Nintendo appears to have wiped Golf's source code from the game, removing what many thought to be a loving tribute to its programmer and former Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata. So Nintendo Switch Update 4.0, stubs, flog, all code launched it, removed the flog executable, overwritten with signed garbage, wrote user Scares M, who often shares findings from the Switches from Switch hacks on Twitter. So yeah, very, very interesting. So it's been, I mean, again, it was something that like I remember hearing about, never tried to do it myself. Just thought it was kind of cool that that there was something there that was being done, you know, and but yeah, didn't seem to last too long. So any from that list of games, Crawler, any of them that grab your attention?
I'll try a few of those like way classic ones that are like Cobra Triangle looks interesting, but I mean, Mystery of Atlantis just looks like a random side scroller that
it does.
I don't know what's going on there. And Jetman seems kind of interesting. Like it's is it that kind of floaty?
It's like a physics. It's
floaty
physics.
Yeah.
It's like asteroids where you can run into stuff. And I remember playing it and was like, yeah, this one ain't for me.
Yeah, those are sometimes hard.
What I'm so curious about is like we're seeing Sunsoft and like Trade West titles. Like I'm so curious on like the licensing with some of these things because like I can't imagine Trade West is still around, you know, like.
Well, and I just want like the stuff that like they have Final Fantasy on the Mini, like all that stuff that's on the classic Mini, like on SNES and NES, like let's find a way to figure that out and get them all over. Like, we have Balloon Fight, I think we have Punch Out, we have Zelda 2. So I mean we're not missing much now. We have Excite Bike, we have Ice Climber, right? Do we have Ice Climber on NSO?
Yeah, I believe so.
Kid Icarus. Do we have original Mario Brothers? We're just like the
we do.
I would imagine everything that's going to be in the NES World Champions is already on NSO.
Oh, true. Star Tropics. Do we have Star Tropics? I don't think we have Star Tropics on NSO, do we?
That one I'm.
And so other stuff that was on the classic was Bubble Bobble, Final Fantasy, Gradius, which I think we have Gradius, Pac-Man, which I don't think we have Pac-Man, Castlevania, which we have, Galaga, I think we have, right?
I'm opening it right now. We can do a little compare.
2 we have. I'm pretty sure those just got updated. I think a lot of them. Super C. I think we have Super C.
There is no Galaga.
Really? Do we have Ninja Gaiden?
Yes, we do.
Tecmo Bowl?
Yes, we do.
Double Dragon?
Yes.
2, The Revenge?
There is Star Tropics. Star Tropics is on here.
Okay. Do we have Ghosts and Goblins?
Yes.
So we got a decent amount of the classic stuff, like from the Mini.
Do you guys think that we'll ever see Super Mario RPG on NSO?
Oh, we don't have Castlevania 1 and 2. Those are a separate. You have to have a separate the Castlevania collection to get those. And Super C is on another. I'm just thinking Konami doesn't do stuff with them. They have their own. They just put out their own collections.
I think Super Mario RPG is on the.
I don't think so.
We have Gradius. What were you saying? We don't have Gradius. We have Gradius.
No, Galaga. There's no Galaga.
Oh, okay.
But
'Cause I thought that was the big reason why like Super Mario RPG coming to the Switch was a big deal.
it's on the mini. It's not on the. It's not on the.
It's not on the
NSO. But what's interesting is Gradius is also Konami. So, and I'm not positive, but I'll fire it up. But I think there is a. I want to say there's at least one Castlevania on either the Super Nintendo or Sega. I could be mistaken because there are collections, but I'll double check right now.
So is NES Open? NES Open is different than Golf.
Yep. Yeah, Golf is a black box, like very early. Like, remember all the black box titles were like the, in Japan they were before even Super Mario Brothers. The Famicom in Japan did not launch with Super Mario Brothers. That was 85 here in the States.
So what is Eliminator Boat Duel? That's an older one that was on here, but there's some random games on here.
There are. But I mean, you got to remember there's like it's people debate with the exact number, but it's something like 678 NES titles for just North America. That changes obviously with Japan. So
what's the next rated M N64 game that we're going to get? Because the first one that comes to mind, and when I saw that we're getting a rated M N64 app, whatever, like Conquer, right? But will Conquer ever come to the NSO? And like, what can you release Conquer today?
I think because of the 17 plus, potentially.
But then, like,
Conquer
what
is
other?
on, it is on Rare Replay, so I think I don't think it's the content probably doesn't hold up, but I think they can release it.
What other rated M games were there?
I'm looking it up right now.
There's a lot of Turok games.
Resident Evil 2, Doom 64, Conquer's
Resident Evil games, that'd be cool.
But Turok 2 would be phenomenal. Turok 3 is great, and then there's another one that's like just multiplayer.
There's Doom 64 as well.
Yeah.
Hexen, Forsaken, Duke Nukem.
That Forsaken game, remember, were you there for that stream where I play? It's like, it's rough. It is so
new Duke
rough.
Nukem? Is that
No, the Forsaken game.
Oh.
I think that's what it was. I have it on my Switch here. Let me see if I can. I think that's the one. That may be a different. No, Shadow Man. I don't know if that one's got an M rating or not, but
it does. It's on here.
Yeah.
Oh, Cryptic has got a good one.
Yes.
Release Animal Crossing N64.
Yep.
Maybe that game doesn't hold up, but to just have it on the
It's the GameCube game.
Yeah.
It's the same game. Like, please do it. It'd be amazing.
Well, it was like Animal Forest. Is that
Animal
what it was
Forest?
called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we would get some more black box titles because they'd be locked. You'd have NES games inside of an NSO game, inside of. So
all these mature games from 96 to 99 or whatever are no longer mature games. Like, they don't hold up to be mature, but I don't know.
I'm checking. So there's no Contra or Castlevania yet. I'm checking Sega to see if they've got any on the Sega version. But
why was Quake mature? Quake wasn't even like I don't know.
How wild would it be if we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh,
That would be such a big announcement.
Yeah,
Well,
it would.
Xbox owns that now, right? Activision, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That would be, I would love to play Tony Hawk with the 64 controller again.
And they could do it there. I remember sitting in my room playing on GBA back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I forget which one that was. Maybe Underground. I don't remember.
So Castlevania and Contra are both on the Genesis because that Genesis is only expansion pack, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Contra hardcores and Castlevania Bloodlines. So
But then there's also the Contra collection, a separate app game.
Yeah. Same as
Castlevania collection as well.
correct. Yeah. So
Which
And
has
there's-
the arguable better games of Castlevania.
there's multiple Castlevania collections, I believe. I think there's
there's a classics and then there's like a advance or something like that.
Yeah. So, just so many great games. But yeah, Cryptic saying things like Banjo Tooie. Wonder
Yeah,
if
where the heck is
Microsoft would
Banjo
play
Tooie?
nice. Like, yeah. Oh,
Well, they
Smash
brought-
64 is
wonder why
another
they
one too.
didn't bring all of the rare games when they did the big rare drop.
Honestly, because those are really some of their gems, and I think when they sprinkle those in with some of these titles that are like maybe a little more niched, I said the word, but
Yeah.
I think Turok is fun, but Perfect Dark stole the show for me, right? On that for the direct. But what's funny is we went and did a tour of the library here in my city that's going to be dedicating a gaming room to Gav, which you guys, if you've listened to the show, you heard me talk about it. And so we got to see that room. It was incredible. But the librarian was like, yo, GoldenEye was fun, but Turok was my jam based on the control scheme. Like he loved being able to run with the C buttons and look around, which you could do in GoldenEye if you switched your settings. But I'm not sure that he was talking so fondly about Turok and the way they incorporated the analog stick and everything into that game. So, I think we've got plenty more M-rated games coming down the pipe from Nintendo. The dream games that I don't think we'll ever see are the wrestling ones. Those are just so good, but they were all WWF back in the day, and so or WCW, and I just don't. They maybe could get away with the WCW ones because that's like, I think WWE ended up buying them out or whatever.
Did
so
buy everything when they became WWE?
There was I didn't follow it. I fell off. Like those games literally made me get into wrestling, which is just crazy. Because without those games, I would have had no interest in wrestling whatsoever. But because of like Goldberg and some of the other wrestlers from the 64 games, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll watch this periodically, even though it was just like the craziest soap opera ever. Like, what am I watching here? So, Oh, Rust Belt says I was finally able to get the 64 controller for the Switch. That's a win. That is a win right there because those things are not easy to come by. So
Still need to get one.
yeah. Well, they make playing games like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark way easy. Like you don't have to change any settings with your.
Well, yeah, because you know what the C buttons are.
Well, and literally all you have to do is
C-buttons is your right stick. I mean, on the Pro controller.
But for like, if you want to play Perfect Dark with the 64 controller, just put your hand on the D-pad and not the C. Your D-pad moves the same as the C buttons, so you can play it like a modern shooter. Just we just set it to 1.2, and you're golden. Like it literally, that's all you have to do.
I just want them to come out with the trans color, like
the transparent.
Yeah.
Yes, please. That'd be amazing. I'd love it. So, all right. Well, it's almost 1 a.m. for Johnny, so we're gonna put a bow on this thing. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you all. We appreciate you all, and hope you guys have a safe 4th. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.